Man, we're live. Oh, shit. Dude, I took a hit of my THC bait just a second ago, and whoa, wait. I'm starting to
I'm not,
feel
I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. Are you into the Delta 8 kind? I don't want to call you out on here, but I was just asking you because I've.
It don't matter. Everybody that listens to the Glitter Scrolls knows I smoke pot. So
Okay, well, I was just asking you if you do like the legal ones because I've been seeing the legal ones around. I get them for friends sometimes. Like, I have to pick them up.
yeah, I work at a smoke shop in Huntington that actually sells the legal ones. So, like every paycheck, or every other paycheck, I'm usually getting me a Delta 8.
Yeah, that I just got one for a buddy there. Yeah, I picked one up for him. I tried it a little bit. I hadn't smoked weed in about 10 years, so I was scared because I was a paranoid weed smoker, and I hit a little bit, and they got me fucking high as shit, and I was like spaced out. And I was like, I kind of like this. Yeah, I think
get the sativas. Get the sativas. Don't get the indicas because the indicas are the ones that will put you like asleep.
See, I think I would rather have that though because I don't want to be paranoid. Like weed, I used to smoke weed and I would get so paranoid and I would work out because I'd be like, I'm getting out of shape. Like, dude, I used to smoke weed and it was like crack for me when I used to smoke it. Like, I could smoke it all night and stay up and shit. Yeah, dude, like fucking smoking crack. I'm very sensitive to it, I guess. I'm not sensitive to like other shit, but weed is like it fucking gets me high as shit.
Yeah.
And I get paranoid, and I'll be in my room doing push-ups and shit. Like, I'm getting out of shape. But see,
you had some sativa experiences, and you need an indica then, something that's gonna make you go to sleep.
Yeah, like back in the day. I'm talking about back when I just bought weed off of like whoever, and yeah, man, I was. The only sad thing about all that is I was about 190 pounds. I was in pretty good shape when I smoked weed. I quit smoking weed, and I'm really overweight now. Probably about 260, 270 now. And I was a gym rat, man. Like when it come to weed made me paranoid where I was scared to be weak and be out of shape. So I took care of myself when I smoked weed because I would worry all the time. Like, oh shit, so, and plus it gave me energy and like helped pain. I have a bone disease, so it helped fucking pain and all that. And I'm prescribed to opioids and shit. So, yeah, and they make me eat. Weed don't really make me eat.
Right.
Opioids do. Opioids does.
Yeah, see the indica stuff, man. Like I can smoke it, I get hungry, and then I get sleepy.
But it's not like weed makes you overeat. I don't feel like a lot of people back.
No, it's like it's just kind of like a munchy hungry. It's not like a complete hunger.
Yeah, it's like we just makes you remember that you forgot to fucking eat that day. You know what I mean? It's not like weed never made me like eat a lot. Now here's one thing I did notice that weed did. It was a little bad on my teeth because I would eat and then jack off and then fall asleep without brushing my teeth. So that's like one drawback that I could think of weed. Everything else, there's no really drawback. I miss it and I'm scared. I'm just scared of it. I'm like trying to dip my toe back in the water.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have a bad experience. And it's like I'm starting to smoke again, like it was when I was like 13 or whatever, so.
Yeah. It happened. So you made a Thundering Herd joke. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm actually going to have the coach of the Marshall Thundering Herd on the show for a virtual interview because we just acquired the associate head coach of Alabama, dude. No shit. Like the dude that was the assistant head coach at fucking Alabama is now the head coach of Marshall University.
Why?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, he wanted to be a head coach. He was an assistant coach that was kind of pulling the strings for Nick Saban, and he'd take it to Nick Saban, and Nick Saban would be like, no, and he just didn't get to make those decisions. Well, now he's in a place to where when we fired Doc Holliday last year, he's in a place to where, they said, hey, you want to come be the head coach? We'll pay you this much. Bro, I'm telling you, like these coaches that he's got on his coaching staff, they're ready. They're calling us an FBS school already. And that's a term that Marshall hasn't heard since Randy Moss, bro. So, it's pretty exciting on the Marshall front right now. I mean, because, dude, I thought maybe Marshall was somebody like maybe middle of the road like they always have. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Marshall will get another mediocre fucking coach, and we'll go to some bowl nobody's fucking heard of. And then they're like, yeah, we're bringing in the assistant head coach from Alabama. I'm like, that's the number one program in the country. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. They don't travel. They only travel bus now. They don't do the plane anymore. They cut that out, I think, like years ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I just want to ask you a question about that plane crash that happened with that team. Was they going to a game?
No, they were coming home from a game. They made it all the way from North Carolina to Huntington, and it was foggy, and the pilot couldn't see the runway, and he dipped down too low, and he hit the hillside right in front of the runway. Like, they were that close to the runway, dude.
You would think they wouldn't have a fucking hillside in front of the runway like that.
Right, but yeah, terrible. I mean, dude, that airport is so small anyway. Like, I don't even see how the fuck they fly planes out of there. But,
so does teams normally fly? I thought all teams rode buses and shit anyways.
Most of them do now, and I think Marshall still does. But most of the time it is a flying thing because they have to go somewhere like Florida, and to do that on a bus, you're looking at 3 days. Well, if the game's in 2 days, you're not going to make it in time, So, but
yeah, I've never been on a plane myself, and I try to treat my woman every once in a while to like a trip. I'm the only guy she's ever been with to like take her somewhere nice and like travel, and spend a lot of money. And she's she don't like to be on the road though. It don't bother me, dude. But get me in the fucking driver's seat, I'll drive fucking 10 hours. Like, I don't give a fuck. But like she just can't handle it. She's like, it's just too much, and we divided up the driving. I wish I would have just drove it all, because now she's like, it left a sour taste in her mouth. But she loved the place. We went to Carolina Beach. She had never been to the beach, I don't think, since she'd been like a little tiny kid. And we spent $1,400 on like a couple nights at a fucking hotel.
Wow.
Like, we should have stayed at like the fucking Trump Tower or some shit. We stayed at the fucking Hampton Hilton or some shit.
Yeah.
It was a joke. It was the last ocean view available.
Mm-hmm.
And they like jacked the price up. Marriott was like $300 cheaper.
Jeez.
Yeah. And we should have stayed at the Marriott. It was probably been way better. We didn't even get a suite, dude. We got a fucking regular ass room. Didn't have a kitchen or nothing in it. But it was worth it to us because we don't do shit, But I want to. She wants to fly, and I don't know, man. I feel like I like the trip, man. I like to see shit. It's not that I'm scared to fly. It's just, I don't know. Right. I feel like it's going to take something out of it for me,
Well, I tell you, I've been on a plane several times in my life. I had to get on planes and shit when I was working for Global Tech a while back. When I was on national TV, I had to get on a plane. And that flight coming back from LA, dude, it took 4 hours. So the plane eventually got to 30,000 feet. Once it gets to 30,000 feet, dude, it's like cruise control for 3 hours because it's just the pilots are like, okay, we're at 30,000 feet. We're on autopilot. We're cruising. Everything's good. We got a good tailwind. You can unbuckle and move about the cabin if you wish. So you unbuckle and then you move about the cabin. And I had a stewardess, man. She come by and she said, "Would you like a cocktail, sir?" And I'm like, "You know what? I've never had a cocktail at 30,000 feet. Sure, let's see what the fuck happens." Dude, 4 Jack and Cokes later, I hear, "We're beginning our descent into Cincinnati." And I'm like, "Oh no." And bro, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Getting drunk at that high altitude is way different than getting drunk on the ground.
Does I just want to ask you a question. On average, I know that it all depends, I'm sure, but on average, like, what's it cost to fly fucking first class?
Well, let's ask Google. Let's see here. Let's see. First class ticket. Where do you want to go?
So I want to go to, let's just say, New York City.
Okay, so
from Charleston.
From Charleston. TRW. All right, so
I just don't know if it's affordable. Like, I can pay a couple grand. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to, like, my whole thing is we never do anything at all. We're not shoppers. We don't spend money at all. So it's like when we ready to do something, we got the cheddar to fucking do it. Like,
right.
I don't skimp on experiences. You know what I mean? Because, I can't wait for my kid to be older, dude. I want to take my kid fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when she's like 5 or something, and she fucking, I want to take her to, she's definitely going to like see Disney World. Oh, I fucking hate Disney World. Ugh.
Okay, so there's a flight that is 3 hours and 32 minutes. Damn. American Airlines from Charleston to LaGuardia. It's $395 round trip for one person.
Is that first class?
First class.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
You think it's worth it getting first class for a couple of hours?
I mean, in first class you've got a lot of leg room. You know what I'm saying? Like you can move your legs around and they offer you meals and shit like that, but
okay, don't you have to do like a couple flights if you want to go to like like the West Coast from here, or is it just one flight?
Well,
I'm asking you because you flew before. I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, some flights have layovers and some don't. This one actually doesn't. It's got one stop. Actually, no, this one does have an hour and 7-minute layover. So you would fly 3.5 hours, and then there'd be one stop at the Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. And
all right, I want to ask you something. When you stop, do you get on another plane?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you go out of the plane into the airport and wait on the other plane, or do you just go from plane to plane?
You go out of your plane, and then you go do whatever it is you need to do. Use the bathroom, get a pop, whatever, and then you'll hear them start doing this is the final boarding call for flight number 216 headed to LaGuardia, and then at that point you go line up and get ready to get on the other plane.
See, the only thing it's like the other reason why I want to drive is because I want my vehicle there. You know what I mean? Because I want to like. She's like, oh, we'll. I can't remember what she said. We'll rent something when we're there. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just rather drive my fucking vehicle and have my vehicle there. Have my vehicle. I don't know. Maybe I'm just narrow-minded, with it. I don't know. Maybe it would be a better experience to rent a car. I could rent a nice car, and have a nice situation. But she's wanting to fly somewhere, and then when she gets there, have some kind of thing like to rent a vehicle. I've never even rented a vehicle, dude. I haven't done a lot of shit in my life, man. I'm just not. I'm not well traveled. I've been up and down like the East Coast, sort of. Like I've been to a lot of beaches, Carolina Beach, Myrtle Beach a bunch of fucking times, Carolina Beach a few times, Florida. My family lives in Florida and shit, but really I'm not there. And farthest north I've been is Pittsburgh. That's as far as north I've been. Yeah. I think going north kind of blows. Like, no offense to the north, but it sucks balls up there. You got more snow and more shit. No one right now in West Virginia is thinking about traveling north. Or south. I think about everything's fucked right now, ain't it?
Yeah.
I got a buddy that just moved to LA, and they're all the time just fucking telling look at our weather, it's fucking 80 degrees today, and it's nice there right now too.
Yeah,
they're like oh, our weather's nice, and it's like, here's the thing, man. I wanted to say something. I was reading a thing about West Virginia having the lowest happiness of the country. And it's like, I like my roots here and stuff, but it's like, should I raise my kid here? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I think about that. Like, I'm like, this is the unhappiest state in the fucking country. Should I get the fuck out of here? You know what I mean? And like live somewhere else. It's not that I have huge goals.
Right. I mean, no matter where you go,
there you are.
There you are, and it's like, they're all the same problems are, the heroin and the drug addicts and the homeless people and the higher populated places that you go, there's going to be a higher population of those people, in that spot. So
I'll tell you straight up why I don't want to live anywhere else having a 3-year-old girl is because and this is, a little bit funny, but it's true. I know who the pedophiles are around here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I know them, you know what I'm saying? Like, my dad's probably hit him with the bat before or something. It's like, I go somewhere new and everyone's like, go somewhere new and then you'll be blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but like now I know these motherfuckers. Like, I know who's weird and who, you know what I mean? Like, I've also gained a certain type of like fear, and you have to have it a little bit. Like, you have to have people being a little scared of you. And I'm not like no badass, but people know that like I'm a good dad and shit, and they know I'm a nutty, and they know I'll crack their fucking head open if they fuck with my kid. It's like I go somewhere new, and I'm real nice. Oh, this guy's nice. We can do whatever the fuck we want to him.
Yeah.
So it's like, I kind of like living here, and I don't know if I'd ever want to leave because I've kind of built a lot of respect here. I've never ripped anyone off. I just got a decent job the other day. I got a painting contract. That's what I was about to tell that guy that does electric work. I just did a fucking 3-story house, and they trust me to come in their house when they're not there for days. Like, they may keep their house.
Wow.
You ain't going to find that shit not unless you got a license.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just don't know. I want to do what's best for my kid, and I really don't know what's best.
Absolutely.
You got kids, don't you?
Yeah, I do. They're both grown now. I got one that should be 21 this year, and I got another one that's 18, should be 19 this year.
But that shit goes through your head as a dad, though.
It does.
I mean? It's like, what am I doing? Should I raise my kid in a bigger house? Should I, you know what I mean? It's like, should I buy her only name brand clothing? Things like that. No one talks about that. Like, should I make her more humble? You know what I mean? Or, it's weird. And it's like, I stress about shit like that, man. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. And it sucks, but my kids didn't have name brand clothes. And, my girls know that if somebody picks on them, that they're to stand up for themselves. But my girls also know that, like, they knew in school, if somebody made fun of their parents or something like that, it's because they didn't feel good about themselves. So, they tried to find that outlet. And that's what we hammered into, my kid's head, the one that I got to raise. That's what we hammered into her head was that, those people felt bad about themselves. so they wanted to take it out on other people. That's why they made fun of her appearance. So
See, I got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that. See, my kid right now is behind in learning. She's not talking yet. She's 3, and she doesn't know how to talk yet. And
right.
It's not that it bothers me if she may be autistic or something. Something may be wrong. And it's not that really it would bother me. It's just I know the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to beat the shit out of a 5-year-old kid, and I feel like I might. If fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm this is all I got, man. I got a girlfriend, but it's kind of new in a way, and I'm not with her baby mama, and this is all I got, man. Is one kid, and it's like, I don't know. I think about weird shit like that, man. Thinking about like, how am I going to respond? If she gets bullied in school for being different. I was different. I got bullied somewhat, but I ended up being everybody's buddy eventually. But I got bullied. I walk weird. Like I've always limped and shit. I went through tons of surgeries and shit. And so, I just don't want to I don't want her to, be like, I don't know, like made fun of or something. It's going to really piss me the fuck off, dude.
Yeah. I can tell you this much. I can tell you what I learned from raising my teenager. Don't trust the school to handle a bullying issue because the school won't handle it.
Oh, I know. I have friends.
It got to the point, dude, where I told my daughter, I'm like, if they're making fun of you, just fucking throat punch them. I'm like, that'll solve the problem right there. I'm like, they're going to bully you regardless. The school's not going to do anything about it. I'm like, so if they start fucking picking on you, just throat punch them.
My kid, I was planning on putting her in jiu-jitsu at 4, which is the minimum age. But then I'm going to wait a little bit because she's going to be turning 4 in May. And I may wait till she's about 6. But she's gonna. I think all girls. Somebody told me this. I think it's very smart. They said that they should do phys ed. They should teach fucking in phys ed. They should teach self defense, and that's true. Like especially for women. There ain't very many women. If most women knew jujitsu, you ain't gonna rape her. Like there's no way. She will twist your ass.
Steal her purse for that matter, because she will fuck you up.
Yeah, she gonna twist you into a fucking pretzel if you jump a hold of her and she goes into her guard. See, I learned a lot of MMA, and I took MMA a little bit and different stuff, and if you know jujitsu, good luck jumping on top of somebody. They're gonna fuck you up.
Right.
And I just worry too, and it's just I don't know. I'm just always worried about like. I don't know how long I'm gonna live. I got some health problems already at this fucking age, and I'm just like, I just want to set her up to where she can be without me someday, and it's scary, man. Like a lot of shit goes through your head, man.
It is, and dude, I got that same shit going through my head right now. My birthday is in 2 weeks, man. I turned 40, so it's I got all that shit going through my head too, like. Now it's time for end of life planning. It's like I've lived 3/4 of my life now. Now I have to start, setting it up to where if I go, my girls have something, and things like that. And it's just, man, that kind of shit goes through my head a lot, man. Dude, this would be a separate show in itself called Dad Thoughts.
Well, yeah. There's a thing too. It's like before my kid was born, I went and bought a pretty thick notebook, and it's kind of nice. It's got like a nice cover and stuff on it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that I wrote in it before she was born. I'd have to go look, but it's just random. I'll write in it. I'll wait. It's been about probably 7 months since I wrote in it, just randomly. If I wrote in it every day, it'd fill up the book in like a couple months.
Right.
But I write stuff in it. Like to her, like it's one book that I don't ever want anyone to ever be allowed to read besides her when she's older, because it's got everything in it. It's got everything terrible about myself too. Like I want this is for if I die or she. I know a lot of people that hate their dad and don't speak to their dad, and I don't know, that could happen to me. that's one of my fears. So it's like, am I going to piss her off one day to where she hates me, or I go to prison, or whatever, And I'm leaving her like a journal, and it's kind of like a diary just about my life, and I've got bad shit in it, you know what I mean? Like shit that makes me look bad. Like I want her to realize, because I'm sure she's probably going to grow up and look at me like, because I'm already like her, hero type, and I want her to also know that I'm a human being, you know what I mean? There's a lot of humbling shit in there about myself, about struggles and shit I've had and fucked up things that's happened, and I want her to know all of it, when I die. I don't want her to, I don't want to leave her with some vision of me in her head that I was some fucking angel,
Yeah. Yeah, you want to leave her with something like, if she experiences what you experienced in her life road, she's got something to reference. I get that.
Yeah, I got a lot of fucked up shit I've done, and just different shit that makes me and her mother, she probably don't know, but shit that I've been mad at her, and said some things about that, and I want her to know like a complete truth in case like I die. I'm on the road a lot, just going from Kanawha County to Boone County, going 90 down fucking the turnpike all the time. I just want her to know that you're not a piece of shit. You know what I mean? If you fuck up, I'm really hard on myself. I'm like a crazy loyal. Like if Hitler got me back in the 30s, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be like his main guy. I'm not saying I'm racist. I'm just saying like I'm a loyal motherfucker. Like I always have been, and I've always been a type to like prove my loyalty. And I've done some things in my life that only hurt myself, only like kill me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I can't believe I done that. Like I'll beat someone's ass for that, and I did that myself. Like one time, it's really embarrassing, but I hit on never done this in my life, and I'm so against this, but I hit on my fucking buddy's girlfriend one time.
Oh.
And I think I was fucked up or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But dude, like I was like his last loyal friend, and he was my last loyal friend, and I got fucked up and said something. I didn't say not a whole lot. Like he's cool with me and everything, but it was clear. Like I don't even know why I'd done that, and I was just like, I don't know. I was drunk or something. I can't remember. Like I don't know what I was on. I remember doing it. And it's like like this was years ago, but still, it's like I kick myself like probably daily for that. Like that's how much it bothers me, because I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Like that one thing you don't do is you don't fucking hit on my old lady ever. You know what I mean? It's like me and you can be best friends, but like I don't like people flirting with my own woman, and and I don't even look at my friends' girlfriends. Like I sometimes I can't even tell you what the fuck they look like. I don't even talk to them. Yeah, and it's like one day I got fucked up, and I thought it'd be, I don't know, maybe I was just trying to get his attention. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but it kills me all the time, man. He deleted me from Facebook, but I think maybe that was her. I'm not sure, but I would love to find him. I want to talk to him in person and tell him the situation. He could hit me if he wants to hit me. But I don't know, man. I hate myself for little things like that. Like, why did I do that? Because that's like a main rule of mine. And when you break your own rules, it hurts you. It hurts.
Yep. I get it.
It wasn't even like I was desperate. I don't know what I was doing. I think at the time, like I was like, me and him hadn't talked for a while. And I think maybe in my mind, I thought I would like get his attention. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, no. I think it was because I hated that bitch. And I was like flirting with her to see if she'd flirt back to like show him. I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, because once he got with that girl, me and him, like he's not allowed to have friends basically. So I was like, I'll hit on her and piss him off. No, it pissed him off of me. Fucking leave her. I don't know.
I've been there. I've lost friends like that too. It sucks.
Yeah, and it's like, how can I preach that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can I preach that and be like, because seriously, dude, the way I've always been. I was hanging out with my best friend a long time ago, and he said he talked about his woman's ass, and he's like, dude, you know my woman's got a nice ass. I said, honestly, and I swear on my life, I've never looked at your woman's ass. I have no idea what shape it is. I don't know what the fuck nothing looks like because I literally didn't even look at the bitch. When I'm like close friends with someone, I won't even look at your lady. Like I don't.
Right.
It's maybe a little bit mean to her, but I don't speak to her. I don't acknowledge her. Talk to you.
Well, yeah,
your lady.
And you don't want to cause a static between you and your boy, you know.
Well, I'm kind of naturally like flirty or something. I don't know. Like I don't know. I may have like problems or something, but like it's like I just I don't know. Like I never even did like speak to her and shit. This other one he's talking about. He's like, look, he had me look at her ass one time when he was behind her or something in like a store. And he was like, look at her. He's want me to look at her ass. I was like, okay. It made me uncomfortable. Like I don't even look at her at all like that. Like it's weird, you know.
Yeah, I've seen like that Ginger Billy guy. Is he from West Virginia? The only reason I ask is because he did this thing where he made a car and it was a van that he had cut the top off of. And he was like, I got the ultimate car. This is the Ford F-450 Super Duty. And he pulls up in a Windstar van and it's got a West Virginia inspection sticker on it. And I was like, what? Is that dude from West Virginia?
Do you remember that? You remember that? Like he was like a social media comedian, and I think he found like an old pair of glasses, and he would like wear them and go, "I tell you what, motherfucker," and he was like that. You remember that guy?
Yeah, J Ray. His name's Johnny Black, dude. He's from here.
Yeah, I ain't trying to like shit on him or nothing, but like I couldn't vibe with his sense of humor. Like everyone thought he was funny. Like my friends loved him, and it's like. I don't know. I felt like he tried too hard. I don't know. I don't want to diss his comedy because he's obviously a lot more known to me and stuff, and he's done better. But it's like I don't know, man. I couldn't get into it, and I wanted to because everyone posted his shit for a long time. He was like outside, and he was talking about something, and he had like an old pair of glasses on.
Yeah, it was them old Coke bottle glasses. Yeah, dude. I've actually got. I don't know that I have it on this phone. I think I have it on. It's in my iCloud or something, and. And I've got a video of J Ray going, "Hey everybody, it's J Ray," because he came to my bar that I was DJing at, and I was bartending too, and he came to my bar and did a show. And
what do you mean, like he's a stand-up comic?
No, he's a musician, but he had to stop the J Ray thing because his label fucking told him. If you're going to be a musician and take his shit serious, you got to ditch old J Ray. So he stopped doing it. And then after he had problems with his label and got released from him, he started doing it again. But the one video that he had that made me pop was he was outside. It was kind of like it is now, you know, a bunch of ice, bunch of snow and shit. And he was taking his followers with him to check the mail. Well, he wasn't looking down. He was looking at his phone. And he hit a patch of ice. And when he did, he fell straight on his ass. Dude, that video got like 3 million views.
Hey, I completely respect the guy as a comic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know how hard it is. But there was something about it was, I guess, because I could tell that he was doing a character so much. Yeah, that, like I tried so hard to get in, and Ginger Billy don't make me laugh either. Like I like Ginger Billy, and I think he's cool, but like I don't know. There's certain things that just don't click with me.
Well, Ginger Billy made me pop with his booty washing machine. That video was fucking hilarious, dude.
I feel like he does such a hardcore. I guess he does such a hardcore accent, like as a character.
Mm-hmm.
It just I can't get past that because I keep thinking about
it. Almost feels fake.
Sound like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I know it's not real, but you know, it's like people can do characters, and I still like it. But like when you go real far into like my God, motherfucker, it's like it feels too forced. Yeah, it's okay. Like Donnie Baker, love Donnie Baker. Like he hit
Donnie Baker.
He hit the nail on the head with his character, because he didn't go full retard, or whatever you want to call it. He didn't go full into it. You know what I like the most about him is that little thing he does when he blows the hair out of his face. Like, that's my favorite fucking shit ever. God damn it, Ronnie! When he does it, dude. I love him.
Swear to God.
I swear to God. I know people who say I swear to God. I know people who say that all the time. So I just related to him so much. The first video I ever seen of him was his tryouts for baseball, and I didn't know if it was legit or not for a while. I watched like 2 minutes of it and didn't know it was fucking bullshit. Like, I was like, is this guy trying out for the fucking MLB right now? Like, what the fuck? And then I noticed I liked when he said, "I'm an amphibian. I can hit both ways, like left and right, I fucking loved it, dude. And I've liked, I was going to some kind of classes for the mines or something, and I would hear him come on the radio. He comes on the radio like 105 all the time or something in the morning. Yeah, I love him, dude, because they get him on there, and you could tell that like he ain't got a lot of shit wrote. Like, he's got like a little bit of plan to say something. Yeah, and then he cuts it off. Which that's what you got to do. You can't keep digging yourself into bullshit. You got to cut it off once you're done. So
it's kind of doing comedy is kind of like feeling your groove. Once you're into the story and you feel your groove, fuck the rest of what you wrote. Just keep going with your groove.
Well, what's good, what's really good, and I want to do this when a podcast is I'm going to plan stuff really good. Like, when I do a podcast, I'm going to write down some topics and write down some little things. And because sometimes like us, we haven't fizzled out one time since we've done this, which is great. Like, that awkward silence. Like, what do you want to talk about next?
Well, see, the cool thing about this program that I'm using is, like, before we go live, like currently we are live, but before we go live, if I wanted to bring up some talking points, let's just say I wanted to talk about Rush Limbaugh. Okay, at some point today. I'm not saying that we're going to talk about that. I'm saying, like, let's just, for example, say that I wanted to talk about that. I can hit add that banner, and let's say we're getting ready to talk about Rush Limbaugh. I can hit this right here and check that shit out.
Dude, it's like fucking like a TV show or something.
Yeah, it's like Fox News, bro. But yeah, I mean, like, I can add little banners and shit and grab the talking points that we want to hit before we go live. But see, that's the thing.
Oh, sorry.
That's the thing that, like, John and I, when we've done this podcast, we don't script anything out. We don't plan anything. We just go. We fucking hit the big red button and we're there.
I think honestly, I'm a big person. I'm big on, like, I've seen it work with everyone on YouTube. I think people should get a little bit clickbaity, like, not like totally fake, but it's like we need to, or you find like a thumbnail. A thumbnail to me is like whether I click it or not. If the way the thumbnail looks, it's like, and it's the way you use a thumbnail is like super important, and like those YouTubers have it down pat, like, because they're kind of they'll what's it called when you're sort of I don't know what the fucking word for it is, but you're misguiding whatever, like
clickbait.
Like you'll put a picture of fucking I don't know, it'll look like you're fighting on there, and then when you actually click on it, you guys are not fighting, like shit like that. Misleading. Right. It's misleading.
Right.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is that shit works. It's like, if it didn't work, people wouldn't do it. And people get mad at clickbait, but it works. It's like, or a title. I tell you something I did on live. I'm not real proud of it, but I did a bunch of topics, and I put my topics I'm going to talk about. And one topic I put wasn't necessarily something I actually did, but I made it kind of seem like I did. And I put male stripping. It was something I was actually going to get into, but I didn't. And then people wanted to know about that, and everyone was asking, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I just kind of got a little clickbaity. I wanted some fucking people to watch it, and realize that, yeah, like, now if you make that your thumbnail, You know what I mean? And then people be like, are these, you know what people's going to think? Are these guys ex-male strippers that went downhill or something? Like, that's what they're going to think. Like, these are the stories of life after male stripping.
we couldn't we got tired of girls laughing at our wieners, so we decided to make them laugh.
Yeah, dude. You know what though? They need to have more of those interviews though, because I bet a lot of people would like to hear from a male stripper sitting down and telling his fucking stories.
Bro, if you can get a male stripper to come on, we will go virtual with them right now. I don't give a shit.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Like, dude, I have seen all the fucking different like types of people on Facebook. You know, like I got my other profile is my main profile. This isn't like my main profile. I use this one now, but my other one's got like 4,000 people on it. Dude, there's female strippers. There's all types of people. Never, I don't think in my life I've seen a male stripper like to ad or something. You know, I don't know if they keep it like down low.
I don't know, man. I mean, hell, you could. You know what? Let's go to Facebook and type in like Chippendales and see what we can find.
But I bet if you do it, they don't want to put their personal Facebook on there. You know what I mean? It's like because,
right?
You know, but,
I mean, because normally, if like they work for Chippendales, it'll be somebody's name, and Chippendales will be their employer.
Did you see that thing I wrote about Morgan Wallen? Like one of the first things I wrote, I said I finally looked him up since everybody's talking about him, and but I'm not going to pay for his fucking channel, onlyclans.com or whatever. I'm not paying that shit. that was a good hit. It ain't even that really I'm against him. You know, hey, see, that's the problem. This is the problem I hate about being a comic. Period. Everyone wants that thing, that applause shit. You know what I mean? Like I just want people to laugh, man. Like but people want that. Yeah, you tell them. Yeah, they want that shit. You know what I mean? So you that people's like, yeah, tell it. Fucking, I hate Trump. Yeah, talk about how awful he is. It's like, no, I'm really just wanting to make a joke about him or that, just to make you laugh. Like I'm not trying to divide my audience. I'm not trying to be biased. But usually, if I get political a little bit, I barely touch on it on stage. It's usually pro-left because it just kills, dude. Because my audience is usually lefties, and they love it. So whatever the audience loves is what I'm going to fucking do. You know,
absolutely.
But and I know most of the people there. But you know what's hilarious, right? I got so used to dumping on the right, not in a lot, just a little bit here and there. I went to Beckley, right? Well, I don't know of Beckley. I don't know what Beckley is. I went to Beckley. And I had all my shit like I normally do, that I do in Charleston. Dude, I bombed. You know who Andrew Kahn is?
Oh, yeah.
I did a show with him in Beckley, right?
Uh-huh.
And he bombed too. That everyone bombed. It was rough. Wow. The crowd wasn't even looking at us.
Andrew Kahn bombed, dude, because he's fire on Facebook.
Dude, no, I mean he didn't bomb completely. He got like a couple little laughs, but the problem was, do you know that guy that ran Munchies?
No.
Seems like a guy that you would know. Like he's kind of like you in a way. Like he's kind of like got his name out there and he's doing things. Anyways, he got a hold of me and he was like, "You want to fucking open for Andrew Kahn?" I knew him. I like Andrew Kahn. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do." I didn't know that he would invite fucking people that tried to get me blackballed out of Charleston, but they was there too. He had a few openers. Yeah. This is the type of friend I am, right? I told him, I'm like, I'll do it. This is a free show, by the way. I said, I'll do it, but I can't do it without my bro, Jacob, right? He knew what I was doing. Like, that's the way I am. If I get an opportunity, I'm like pulling someone else along. I'm like, I'm giving my buddy an opportunity too. I'm like, come with me. I gave him a ride. We picked him up in Nitro or wherever the fuck he lives and took him with us to Beckley. And he opened for him. He didn't really do, Stephanie went up. Stephanie was the first, and she kind of she noticed that we all was hanging out. She was a little later to get there, and we all was hanging out, and then she didn't, I guess, know where we was. So then we all came in once the show started. We was out there for hours hanging out with Andrew Kahn. He's so fucking cool, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And have you met him and stuff?
Yeah, I haven't met him. I've just watched him on Facebook. Like he'll play like a viral video of like all them white kids rapping in the backyard and shit. He's like, "What the hell is this?"
What it is. This guy set up this big show, and it was like $10 a ticket. And if you buy the show, you get in free to the bikini party. And if you wear a bikini, you get in free to this party or whatever, right? So, but the thing it was like a flop. And it was just the regular bar people. There was some people there, but they was sitting at the bar looking this way, and the fucking comedians are this way. And there's like a couple people that kind of swivel their seat around to look at us as we're doing our fucking act. And I didn't know that I was in like a redneck kind of area. I didn't know, so I'm doing my shit, like, like trying to make jokes about Trump and shit, and like nothing hit. And I made up a big story. Like, this is the first time I've ever made up like a stupid dumb story, like just to be funny, and it didn't work. And my buddy went up, and we all pretty much didn't do good. And then Andrew went up, got like a couple laughs, and but I hung out with him like probably 2 hours before the show, because we was waiting past the time that we were supposed to start, waiting to see if people would show up. And it was just a few people. And he stood out there and played basketball and shit. There's a basketball rim outside the place that's fenced in. Mm-hmm. It's like a place to chill, like picnic tables and shit. And he was cool as fuck, man. And I told him, I was like, dude, I'm like a fan of yours, man. Like, I've been watching you for a while and shit. And he said that he talked a little bit and stuff, but he was cool as fuck. I thought that he was like more famous, I guess, than he is. Mm-hmm. I thought that he would come with like a security detail. I thought he was that big. I didn't know that he's like kind of, he's kind of like mid-level. And he just come there with a buddy that rode with him. Yeah. And he's not tall. I thought he was tall. I got a picture with him. I can send it to you. I'm only 5'9", and he's like, I thought he was tall because his neck is like half of his body. Yeah.
That's surprising to me, because I thought he was like 6'3".
No, he's probably like, maybe, I don't know. I can show you that picture, but he looks to me like he's like a couple inches taller, maybe about 6 foot or so. I thought he was like 6'9" because of his neck. He videotapes like this, and his neck is so long. Uh-huh. He looks fucking super tall. But dude, he was cool as fuck and everything. And but the crowd wasn't into it. My set that I made for it, I wish I could go back a little bit and change that, but I should have just brought my normal shit. But it was a bomb, and I felt like it was an opportunity for me. Like, I'm fucking, I'm in front of Andrew Kahn here. I made a breast milk joke, drinking breast milk out of a titty, and that's never hit. That joke, like, never has made a laugh, and I just retired it. Mm-hmm. And it's a true story. I finally tasted some breast milk and shit, and I asked the crowd who's tasted breast milk, and no one wants to admit it. No one is. Like, I don't know why. I don't give a fuck. All right. But the crowd's like, I'm not going to raise my hand, dude. I drank breast milk last night. I don't want to talk about it. I didn't get a gulp of it. You know what I mean? But it was cool. Like, I was like squirting it out and shit. And it's like, But I had like a fucked up. I don't know, dude. Like, sometimes the problem with going gross or going edgy, it's like it's a giant leap. It's like jumping off a mountain trying to land on a pine tree. Because when you fuck up, it's real bad. Yeah. And a lot of the local comics, they don't go real super edgy. They play it pretty safe. They do the little witty stuff and the little, you don't get it because you're not smart enough jokes. I don't do that type of shit.
We had a comedian when I was on 88.1 doing the Slim and Company morning show. We had a comedian on there. Her name was Evie Atkinson. You probably know her.
I'm pretty sure I do.
But Evie was hilarious, dude. She would do her raunchy stuff at the comedy, like at the comedy shows. I went to Black Sheep in Charleston and saw her. And she did this joke, dude, that just killed. Where she was like, "Have you ever been drunk at 4 a.m?" And then she's like, "And you get taco in your titties?" And then she's like, "And then it's just sitting there waiting on you to eat it." And then she reaches in her shirt, dude, and she pulls a taco out of her titty.
Oh shit!
Like, she stopped at the Taco Bell before she went to the show and had this taco in her titty the whole fucking time. And she reached in her shirt and she grabbed this taco and was like, "Oh look, a taco."
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Ever since then, I call Evie Taco Titty because of that one little stint. But man, I haven't talked to her in a minute. She used to be, when I had my show on 88.1 in Huntington, she was my comedian. Like she would talk about the perks of getting older, and that was her shtick. Was she would tell all the kids, she's like, "Okay, kids, here's what you have to look forward to when you turn 45.
Would she? Okay, I want to ask you something. Did she have jokes about walking in on her son's jacking off?
I never heard anything like that out of her.
I don't see. I did so many shows like, and there was like random comics there, and I feel like that was one of the ones that were there at one point. I don't know if it was. I did a lot of open mics, but there was comics that wasn't open mic comics that would come there, to just do a 5-minute set in Charleston. And I'm not. One thing about it, I think this really hurt me, is I'm not social when I go to a show. I'm nervous and I'm in the zone. Mm-hmm. And my comedian friends would say, "Chris, come over here, man, sit with us." And I'm like, I'm going to go in the bathroom and fucking try not to throw up. And I'm going to fucking, it was so loud. The speaker was right next to me sitting there, and it was boom, boom, boom. Everything was loud. And then I was trying to calm myself down. I couldn't calm myself down. A lot of that shit. And it's not that I didn't want to be their friend. It's just that, like, I'm there for that reason. And then after it, I'm leaving. And that's it. Everyone else hung out and become buddies and went to their Halloween parties with each other, and they all, I was an easy target to throw shit at,
Yeah.
Like let's get rid of that guy. He even though he fucking kills at least every other time he does it, let's get rid of this guy because fuck him. He's not coming to our Halloween parties. Well, I wasn't invited, and I don't know. I'm not a social circle person, I have shit going on. I have a kid and shit, and I got to go there, get my shit done, get out. I never even drank when I was at any of these shows. I didn't. My first show I drank one beer because I thought this is going to help me calm my nerves. No, it fucked me up, like remembering shit. And I took it too serious, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Well, man, it's getting late. It's 3:00 in the damn morning, so I'm gonna jump off here. So I will. We'll probably do this again tomorrow night at about 7:00. That's peak time on Facebook. We'll have lots of people tuned in and checking it out and stuff like that. So,
all right, you want to share this to my page again if you don't mind?
I did. I actually did. So,
this is live on my Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Is anybody been watching for my stuff? Do you know?
Man, I don't know if they do. They check it out through mine because everything that I do is public. Right now, It's showing me that we have one viewer on Twitch and one viewer on YouTube. So
I'll let you go, man. I need to get sleep too.
All right, brother, man. Tomorrow night, 7:00.
I will try. I can't guarantee.
All right, brother. Right, I understand, but yeah, tomorrow night about 7:00, we're gonna go live. So,
all right.
All right.
Peace out.
Later, bro.